Donald Trump's use of social media attracted attention worldwide since he joined Twitter in May 2009. Over nearly 12 years, Trump tweeted around 57,000 times, including about 8,000 times during the 2016 election campaign and over 25,000 times during his presidency. The White House said the tweets should be considered official statements. When Twitter banned Trump from the platform in January 2021 during the final days of his term, his handle @RealDonaldTrump had over 88.9 million followers. On November 19, 2022, Twitter's new owner, Elon Musk, reinstated his account, although Trump has stated he will not use it in favor of his own social media platform, Truth Social. The first tweet since 2021 was made in August 2023 about his mugshot from Fulton County Jail, but the account has since remained inactive. For most of Trump's presidency, his account on Twitter, where he often posted controversial and false statements, remained unmoderated in the name of public interest. Congress performed its own form of moderation. On July 16, 2019, the House of Representatives voted mostly along party lines to censure him for racist comments he had tweeted 2 days previously. In the face of this political censure, his tweets only accelerated. An investigation by the New York Times published November 2, 2019, found that, during his time in office to date, Trump had already retweeted at least 145 accounts that have pushed conspiracy or fringe content, including more than 24 that have since been suspended. During his 2020 re-election campaign, he falsely suggested that postal voting or electoral fraud may compromise the election, prompting Twitter to either remove such tweets or label them as disputed. After his election loss, Trump persistently undermined the election results in the weeks leading to Joe Biden's inauguration. His tweets played a role in inciting the January 6, 2021, attack of the U.S. Capitol during the formal counting of electoral votes. Though the Senate eventually acquitted Trump during his second impeachment, social media companies swiftly banned him. Facebook and Instagram banned him for 2 years. Twitter permanently suspended his @RealDonaldTrump handle, followed by the official account of his campaign, @TeamTrump, and the accounts of allies who posted on his behalf, like Trump campaign digital director Gary Kobe. Twitter also deleted 3 tweets by Trump on the @POTUS handle and barred access to the presidential account until Joe Biden's inauguration. During the first week that Trump was banned on several platforms, January 9 to 15, election-related misinformation declined 73%, according to research analytics firm Signal Labs. As Trump continued to issue brief statements, his spokesperson Liz Harrington tweeted screenshots of them under the Save America logo from June 2021 to June 2022. Since then, however, her Twitter handle @RealLizUSA has been infrequently used. She said she would move to Truth Social, a Trump-affiliated social media application that launched on February 21, 2022. On April 4, 2023, at his arraignment hearing, Trump was warned by acting New York Supreme Court Justice Juan Merchan not to use social media to incite violence. The emergence of social media has changed the way in which political communication takes place in the United States. Political institutions such as politicians, political parties, foundations, institutions, and political think tanks are all using social media platforms, like Facebook and Twitter, to communicate with and engage voters. Regular individuals, politicians, pundits, and thought leaders alike are able to voice their opinions, engage with a wide network, and connect with other like-minded individuals. Trump's use of media. Trump used narrowcasting as well as broadcasting on traditional media to good effect. From his official declaration of candidacy in 2015, Donald Trump benefited from large numbers of supporters active on social media. Some supporters called themselves centipedes online. As president, Trump preferred to communicate over social media, announcing policy changes and the dismissals of staff members there. Trump largely bypassed the White House press secretary, and his administration ended the daily White House press briefing. Trump preferred to dictate and dominate the news cycle, his communications emphasized his political grievances, promoted conspiracy theories, and attacked those he regarded as enemies. Trump used the retweet feature on Twitter to forward messages he agreed with, often posts praising him, no matter how obscure their authors were. At times, Trump retweeted himself, and sometimes commented "so true" while doing so. The @RealDonaldTrump handle had amassed 88.7 million followers by the time Twitter suspended it in January 2021 after the 2021 United States Capitol attack. When Trump announced his presidential campaign in 2015, he had 2.98 million followers. His follower count thereafter increased rapidly. Many of his followers, however, were fake accounts and Twitter bots. A May 2017 analysis concluded that, of the then 30.9 million followers of Trump's personal Twitter account, 51% were real and 49% were fake. In mid-2018, Twitter conducted a site-wide crackdown on fake accounts, reducing the total number of users of the site by about 6%. As a result, Trump lost about 100,000 of his then 53.4 million followers. Trump repeatedly complained about reductions in the number of followers, claiming that Twitter was biased against him, and raised his complaints in tweets and in a private meeting with Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey. In October 2018, the research group SparkToro estimated that more than 6% of Trump's followers were bots, spam, inactive or propaganda, a significantly higher percentage than for followers of other American politician Twitter accounts. Trump's advisors warned him that his tweets may alienate some of his supporters. In a June 2017 Fox News poll, 70% of respondents said Trump's tweets hurt his agenda. In a January 2019 UMass Lowell poll, 68% of all respondents aged 18 to 37 said Trump tweeted too much. In November 2016, shortly after winning the election, Trump said in a 60 Minutes interview that, as president, his use of social media would be very restrained, if I use it at all. Trump went on to tweet more than 25,000 times during his presidency. By the first half of 2019, he was tweeting as frequently as he had as a candidate, and he doubled this rate during the second half of 2019 and the first half of 2020. On his most prolific day, June 5, 2020, he tweeted 200 times. In addition to the tweets he put out, he was also the intended recipient of tweets by others. In 2019, Donald Trump was tagged on Twitter at a rate of 1,000 times per minute, according to the New York Times. After the inauguration, the White House would not comment on whether Trump was using a secure phone. Before, he had been using a Samsung Galaxy S3 which only has Android 4.3.1 as its latest OS, a version of Android which Google marked as unsupported and discontinued as of Trump's inauguration. Since then, he has used an iPhone to use Twitter. The iPhone Twitter app used by Trump in 2018 lacks certain security features, and Politico reported in May 2018 that Trump's phone has gone as long as 5 months without being checked by security experts. On October 24, 2018, the New York Times reported that Trump was still using his personal iPhones for phone calls, even though his aides and U.S. intelligence officials have warned him that Russian and Chinese spies are listening. Trump responded by tweeting, "I only use government phones." The tweet was sent from an iPhone. In the same tweet, he claimed that he has only one such government phone and that it is seldom used. Trump's @RealDonaldTrump Twitter account was breached twice by Dutch hacker Victor Gevers, both times by guessing weak passwords. The first incident took place in 2016, using the guessed password "you're fired." The password was guessed because it had previously been discovered in a 2012 LinkedIn password breach. The second incident took place in October 2020, when his account was breached by guessing the password "Mega 2020. Although reports of the second attack were denied by Twitter and the White House, they were later confirmed by Dutch prosecutors in December 2020. Throughout his presidency, Trump frequently appeared to issue orders through his tweets. Whether these tweets were official directives was unclear. A U.S. National Archives spokesman said that Trump's tweets are considered presidential records. In 2017, the Department of Justice argued in one court case that Trump's tweets were official statements of the President of the United States. In another case, the DOJ argued they were official policy statements but that the tweets were also personal conduct that is not an exercise of state power. The ABBA Journal wrote in 2017, "There's little case law on to what extent government use of social media can be considered official or a public forum, which affords First Amendment protection to people who might be excluded based on their viewpoints." In 2019, the Secretary of the U.S. Navy said he did not interpret a Trump tweet as a formal order to act after Trump tweeted that the Navy should not take away Chief Petty Officer Edward Gallagher's status as a Navy SEAL. In 2020, a court asked that Trump clarify his intention after he tweeted what appeared to be an order calling for the disclosure of documents related to Russian interference in the 2016 election. In a court filing, White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows said that, "The President indicated to me that his statements on Twitter were not self-executing declassification orders and do not require the declassification or release of any particular documents." In 2009, marketing staffer Peter Costanzo suggested to Trump that he could use social media to draw attention to his book, Think Like a Champion, which was due to be released later that year. He was unable to use the username @DonaldTrump, as it was already being used by a parody account. He and his marketing team decided to use the username @RealDonaldTrump. Trump joined Twitter in March 2009 and sent out his first tweet on May 4, 2009, advertising his upcoming appearance on The Late Show with David Letterman, which was due to air a couple of days later. From 2009 to 2011, tweets posted by the @RealDonaldTrump account included the phrase "from Donald Trump" to distinguish them from those written by his staff, but by about June 2011, as Trump's use of the platform increased, those identifying labels disappeared. During the 2016 campaign, some tweets were sent from an Android phone, and others from an iPhone. The Android tweets were more likely to be sent outside of business hours and to take a more combative tone. The iPhone tweets were suspected to be written and sent by members of Trump's staff, a suspicion that was largely confirmed using sentiment analysis. Machine learning and natural language processing could still frequently distinguish Trump's tweets from others sent in his name, even when staffers attempted to emulate his writing style. In 2012, following the victory of Obama in the presidential election, Trump tweeted a chain of disparaging comments about Obama's win. He mocked Obama for playing basketball and blamed the Chinese for creating the concept of global warming. Trump tweeted the next day, "But we'll have to live with it." And, "We have to make America great again." In response, Obama sarcastically quipped on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, "This all dates back to when he and Trump were growing up together in Kenya," referring to the birther conspiracy. Trump's Twitter activity significantly increased beginning in 2013, he tweeted more frequently and with more politically charged rhetoric. Twitter was an important tool in Trump's 2016 presidential election campaign, and has been credited as contributing to his victory. Former White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci recalled that Trump felt that there was no separation between his brand and the media, that there was an intersection of value for himself personally between his brand and saturating it in the media. Daniel Pfeiffer, Obama's former strategy communications advisor, commented that Trump is way better at the internet than anyone else in the GOP, which is partly why he is winning. According to the New York Times, other presidential aides have described Trump as a sophisticated version of a parrot, given his penchant for repeating information almost unfiltered, as soon as he had processed it. In 2017, Trump was described as possibly the first social media and reality TV president in an article by Van Jones on CNN's website in October 2017. Following Trump's inauguration, he gained control of the official U.S. presidential Twitter account, @POTUS, which had been created by Obama. Trump's first tweets as president were made from his personal account, but he has used both accounts. After Joe Biden won the November 2020 presidential election, Twitter said it planned to hand over the @POTUS account to Biden upon his inauguration on January 20, 2021, which has since happened. Trump frequently watched the Fox News show Fox and Friends and often tweeted reactions to what he has seen on the show. For example, on January 2, 2018, Trump tweeted that his nuclear button was much bigger and more powerful than Kim Jong-un's, following a Fox News segment about Kim's nuclear button minutes before. Trump watches several hours of cable news shows each day, using the Super TiVo he had installed at the White House. News organizations have compiled lists of Trump tweets directly repeating what he was watching. The result is that stories that Fox concentrates on become nationally important stories by virtue of the fact that they appear in presidential tweets, setting up a feedback loop. During his first year in office, he mentioned the Fox and Friends Twitter account more than any other account. In January 2016, a review by the New York Times found that 1 in every 8 posts by Trump on Twitter was a personal insult of some kind. From the beginning of his term until May 2019, Trump had insulted 598 people, including private citizens, places, and things on Twitter. Targets of insults included politicians, journalists, news outlets, television hosts and programs, former staffers and associates, government agencies, business leaders, books critical of him, the state of California and state of New York, and entire countries. The New York Times published an inventory of all of Trump's Twitter insults from 2015 until January 2021. Trump often gave opponents nicknames such as Crooked Hillary and Lion Ted. In 2015, he tweeted against an 18-year-old college student who had challenged him at a New Hampshire political forum, which led to a wave of online harassment against her. In December 2016, as president-elect, he responded to criticism from the president of United Steelworkers Local 1999 in Indiana by tweeting that the local union leader has done a terrible job representing workers. The union president received threatening phone calls afterward. In 2017, the Qatar diplomatic crisis erupted. An escalation of the Qatar-Saudi Arabia diplomatic conflict. It began when Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and Egypt abruptly cut off diplomatic relations with Qatar, alleging that the Qatari government supported terrorists. The severing of relations included withdrawing ambassadors, and imposing trade and travel bans. In a series of tweets, Trump praised the Gulf nations' move against Qatar, took credit for engineering the crisis, and repeatedly criticized Qatar, undermining simultaneous efforts by Trump's Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, U.S. Ambassador to Qatar Dana Shell Smith, and Secretary of Defense James Mattis, all of whom took a neutral stance, called for dialogue and compromise in the interests of regional security, and noted that Qatar hosted the Al Udeid Air Base. In September 2017, Trump posted tweets about North Korea that some saw as violating Twitter's rule against making threats of violence. On September 19, he stated that under certain circumstances, we will have no choice but to totally destroy #NoKO, and on September 23, just heard Foreign Minister of North Korea speak at UN. If he echoes thoughts of Little Rocket Man, they won't be around much longer. Little Rocket Man was Trump's nickname for North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. In response to user concerns, Twitter cited newsworthiness and whether the tweet is of public interest as factors they consider in whether a tweet violates their rules. The company acknowledged that these guidelines are internal, and stated they would update their public-facing rules to reflect them. Elon Musk announced his planned acquisition of Twitter in April 2022, with observers speculating that Trump may have his account reinstated. The same day Twitter agreed to the acquisition, on April 25, Trump told Fox News he would not return to Twitter and would instead remain on his own social media platform, Truth Social. Musk told the Financial Times in a May 10 interview that he would lift Twitter's ban on Trump if his takeover was successful. A Truth Social federal security filing on May 16 stated that it would have first dibs on any non-political posts by Trump for a period of 6 hours, after which Trump would be allowed to post the same content to other platforms like Twitter. When Musk completed his acquisition of Twitter on October 27, Trump praised the closure and it appeared Musk was still considering reinstating Trump's account. On November 2, Musk tweeted that he would need at least a few more weeks to set a clear process for reinstating accounts. Musk then put the reinstatement up to a Twitter poll on November 18. The poll ran for 24 hours and ended with around 52% of over 15 million respondents voting yes to reinstate Trump's account. Once the poll ended, Musk quote-tweeting his poll to confirm that he would reinstate Trump's account, citing the Latin phrase vox populi, vox dei, the voice of the people is the voice of God. Trump's account was then reinstated, on November 19. Trump's first tweet to Twitter was made on August 24, 2023, appealing for campaign donations with a photo of his mugshot in the Georgia election racketeering prosecution. Trump has not tweeted since. In January 2023, Special Counsel Jack Smith obtained a search warrant for records of Trump's Twitter account activity in relation to the federal prosecution of Trump's alleged role in the January 6 United States Capitol attack. Twitter, which had been acquired by Elon Musk 3 months earlier, objected to a non-disclosure provision that prevented them from informing Trump about the search warrant. Because Twitter did not comply with the warrant by the deadline, a judge fined the company $350,000. However, in February 2023, Twitter complied with the warrant. However, in April 2023, prosecutors complained to the court that Twitter had provided only 32 direct messages. Twitter appealed the fine to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit, but on January 16, 2024, the court rejected its claim. Once a prolific user, Donald Trump was blocked from posting new content to Facebook and Instagram from January 6, 2021, to February 7, 2023. On January 6, 2021, amidst an attack at the Capitol while Congress was counting the electoral votes, Trump posted a short video. Facebook removed it and blocked Trump's ability to post new content to both platforms. Facebook's Vice President of Integrity, Guy Rosen, explained that the video contributes to rather than diminishes the risk of ongoing violence. YouTube also removed the same video. Twitter at first disabled comments, later, the tweet was deleted. The next day, Facebook said the block would remain at least until the end of Trump's term on January 20. On May 5, 2021, after considering whether to reinstate Trump's account, Facebook's oversight board upheld Trump's suspensions on Facebook and Instagram but instructed Facebook Incorporated to reassess the indefinite ban within 6 months, stating that it is not permissible for Facebook to keep a user off the platform for an undefined period, with no criteria for when or whether the account will be restored. 1 month later, Facebook decided to extend Trump's ban to 2 years, as his actions merit the highest penalty available under the new enforcement protocols, and reconsider his case no earlier than January 7, 2023. On July 7, 2021, Trump filed a class action lawsuit against Facebook, Google, and Twitter, asserting they had engaged in illegal, shameful censorship of the American people. Legal experts said the suit had little chance of success. On February 7, 2023, Meta reinstated Trump on Facebook and Instagram, having announced 2 weeks earlier that the risk to public safety had sufficiently receded. Meta said there would be new guardrails in place to deter repeat offenses and that Trump could be banned for up to 2 years at a time in the future if he reoffends. On March 17, 2023, Trump made his first Facebook post since his reinstatement, a video clip of his victory speech following the 2016 presidential election in which he stated, "Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business. Complicated." During his 2016 campaign, Trump posted a number of ads on his Facebook page attacking Hillary Clinton. The ads included parodies of Pokemon Go and Ms. Pac-Man, portraying Hillary Clinton as a Pokemon and as Ms. Pac-Man. Trump was charged less per ad than Clinton was, Wired claimed, but Facebook countered that Trump had been charged more. Trump also used the platform to issue an apology for the Access Hollywood tape. As president, he was criticized for posting a news story about a purported Kuwaiti travel ban similar to Executive Order 13,769. Kuwait's foreign minister confirmed that no such ban existed. In 2017, Facebook briefed the House and Senate committees in their investigations of Russian interference in the U.S. election. At the hearings, Facebook revealed that accounts linked to the Russian government had bought approximately $100,000 of Facebook advertisements during the election campaign. In response, Trump criticized Facebook in a series of tweets on September 27, 2017. Facebook was always anti-Trump, he said, simultaneously extending the same criticism to the networks, The New York Times, and The Washington Post. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg posted a statement to Facebook. Trump says Facebook is against him. Liberals say we helped Trump. Both sides are upset about ideas and content they don't like. That's what running a platform for all ideas looks like. A large Facebook group called Stop the Steal was dedicated to the idea that the November 2020 election was stolen from Trump by some type of fraud. 2 days after the election, Facebook banned the group and its hashtags. Trump initially used his personal account on Instagram, @RealDonaldTrump, primarily to share personal pictures, including images of himself with his grandchildren. In September 2015, then with approximately 377,000 followers, he used the platform to release a political advertisement. This act of love, attacked primary opponent Jeb Bush on the topic of immigration. Along with Bush's responses, it demonstrated that Instagram could be a political tool rather than merely a personal photo-sharing application. Trump also used the platform to contribute to the controversy regarding the 2016 film Ghostbusters by posting a video criticizing the all-female cast. In response, director Paul Feig claimed that Trump supporters were responsible for some of the internet hate directed at the film. When Trump became president, his personal account had grown to over 5 million followers. He also assumed control of an official account, at White House, where he posted pictures from his inauguration. At that time, it was expected that the official account would primarily feature the work of the chief official White House photographer once one was selected. However, Sheila Craighead has contributed relatively little, especially in comparison to Pete Souza's work during the Obama administration. On July 27, 2016, Trump took part in an Ask Me Anything, AMA, where he responded to user-submitted questions from Reddit's r/the Donald community. He offered replies on topics that varied from media bias and voter fraud to NASA, including a question about H-1B visas posed by far-right media personality Milo Yiannopoulos. Trump also posted several pre-debate messages on the subreddit. From 2011 until 2013 or 2014, Trump created over 80 installments of a vlog on YouTube called From the Desk of Donald Trump. In it, he discussed a variety of topics, ranging from serious issues such as the Libyan civil war, Obamacare, and the American job market to less weighty matters, including the Vanity Fair Oscar party and his dislike of Mike McGlone's rhetorical questions advertisements for Geico. In several installments, he speculated on a possible presidential candidacy in 2012 that never came to pass, but many of the themes featured in the vlog were part of his successful campaign in 2016. By June 2017, most of these videos were no longer available on YouTube under Trump's account. Trump's YouTube account was suspended for policy violations for at least 7 days on January 13, 2021, following the attack at the United States Capitol. For this period it was no longer possible for new videos to be uploaded to the site. On January 26, 2021, YouTube extended the ban stating, in light of concerns about the ongoing potential for violence, the Donald J. Trump channel will remain suspended. Our teams are staying vigilant and closely monitoring for any new developments. On March 4, 2021, YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki stated that YouTube will lift the suspension on Donald Trump's channel when the risk of violence has decreased. On July 7, 2021, Trump filed a class action lawsuit against YouTube and its CEO. On March 17, 2023, YouTube reinstated Trump's YouTube account. On June 3, 2020, Snapchat announced that it would no longer promote Trump's account on its Discover page, which curates stories from celebrities and politicians. This followed the president's sharing of his controversial June 1 photo outside St. John's Church, which had been taken after dispersing protesters from the area using tear gas. He had also shared screenshots of several tweets. 3 days earlier, co-founder and CEO Evan Spiegel had sent a company memo stating that we simply cannot promote accounts in America that are linked to people who incite racial violence, whether they do so on or off our platform. On January 6, 2021, following the attack at the United States Capitol, Snapchat locked Trump's account. The company announced on January 13, 2021, that it would keep his account blocked permanently. Trump has a Twitch account used primarily to broadcast his rallies. On June 29, 2020, his account was temporarily banned. Twitch stated the ban was made because of violations in their rules against hate speech. They pointed out an incident in 2016 where Trump made comments about rapists, drug dealers, and criminals coming to America from Mexico, and an incident in his rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in 2020 where he told a fictional story of a tough hombre breaking into someone's home as proof of these violations. This ban was lifted 2 weeks later. On January 7, 2021, Trump's Twitch account was disabled indefinitely. This was done in response to Trump's alleged incitement of the Capitol attack. While his profile and archived videos are still viewable, he will not be able to stream as long as his account is disabled. In August 2020, Trump joined Triller and was immediately verified and promoted on the app. His action was interpreted by many as a move against TikTok, a Chinese competitor of Triller's. Trump had previously threatened to ban TikTok. Parler, a social media platform that launched in 2018, attracted supporters of Donald Trump from its beginning. The Trump campaign has a Parler account, although Trump himself does not have a personal account as of early January 2021. Other Parler users include Trump's former campaign director Brad Parscale, Trump's son, Eric Trump, Senator Ted Cruz, and White House Press Secretary Kylie McEnany. 2020 election, many of those people moved to Parler. There had been speculation that Donald Trump might move to Parler, although the platform remained relatively small compared to the Twitter platform he was accustomed to. After Trump was banned from Twitter and other platforms, his son-in-law Jared Kushner reportedly obstructed him from moving to Parler and Gab. In early February 2021, multiple media outlets falsely reported that former President Trump had joined Gab under the handle @RealDonaldTrump. The Independent speculated that confusion arose from the presence of a blue check mark indicating the account was verified, and Vice News speculated that the bio of the account, which read 45th President of the United States of America, uncensored posts from the @RealDonaldTrump feed, had also caused confusion. The Gab post that was mistaken to be from Trump was actually from Gab CEO Andrew Torba and featured a copy of a genuine letter sent by Trump's lawyers to Democratic Representative Jamie Raskin, who had called on Trump to testify at his second impeachment hearing. Thousands of users on Gab, including QAnon influencers, were also led to believe after the post was made that Trump had joined the platform under the handle. Torba responded to the false reports in a post on Gab, saying that @RealDonaldTrump is and always has been a mirror archive of POTUS tweets and statements that we've run for years. We've always been transparent about this and would obviously let people know if the president starts using it. He also criticized the media outlets that falsely reported that Trump had joined the platform. Also, in response to the false reports, The @RealDonaldTrump Gab account made a post that was pinned saying that the account is reserved for Trump and urged users of Gab to send messages to Trump asking him to join the platform. On June 26, 2021, Trump joined video hosting platform Rumble in preparation of recording his Ohio rally. On December 14, 2021, it was announced that Rumble was already providing cloud services to the Truth Social beta website. A new platform called Gettr was launched on July 4, 2021, with Jason Miller, an advisor to Trump's 2016 and 2020 campaigns, as CEO. Trump was reportedly not involved in Gettr, though Miller hoped he would join the platform. Though Trump had previously threatened to ban TikTok, on June 2, 2024, he made his first post on the platform. Shortly after Trump left office, he quietly incorporated Trump Media and Technology Group in February 2021, a company that had no significant funding. On March 21, Trump posted a statement on his new website, 45office.com, which was liked and shared hundreds of thousands of times on Facebook and Twitter. That same day, Trump advisor Jason Miller claimed on Fox News that Trump would be returning to social media in probably about 2 or 3 months by founding a new network that would completely redefine the game. He said he expected tens of millions of users. On October 20, 2021, Trump Media and Technology Group obtained hundreds of millions of dollars in funding by agreeing to merge with Digital World Acquisition, and the anticipated creation of a social media app called Truth Social was announced that same day. On March 21, 2021, Trump posted a statement about the U.S.-Mexico border to his website 45office.com that was liked and shared more than 661,000 times on Facebook and Twitter, although he himself was already banned from those platforms. The existence of the website 45office.com was formally announced a week later on March 29. It included a biography and photos of Trump and his wife. Visitors could make requests for personalized greetings or attendance at an event. The site centered around a history of Donald Trump's presidency that did not make mention of 2 impeachments, of any COVID-19 death toll, of the economic crash that followed the pandemic, or of the Capitol attack that marked the end of his term. On May 4, 2021, Trump launched a new web page, From the Desk of Donald J. Trump, on the site of his Save America Political Action Committee donaldjtrump.com, where he was posting messages under 280 characters that visitors could share to Facebook or Twitter, platforms that had banned Trump from having his own accounts there. Although the site claimed to be a communications platform where his supporters could freely and safely speak, there was no way for users to post any content of their own nor to reply to Trump's posts. The day the blog launched, it had 159,000 social media interactions. On the second day, less than 1/5 that amount, and on subsequent days, at least for the next 2 weeks, it never reached 10% of the interaction of its first day. According to an estimate by The Washington Post, in mid-May, Trump's website, including his new blog, fundraising page, and online storefront, attracted fewer estimated visitors than the pet adoption service PetFinder and the recipe site Delish. The site was permanently closed less than a month after its launch. On October 20, 2021, it was announced that Trump would be launching a new social media website called Truth Social. It is run by Trump Media and Technology Group, a company incorporated in February 2021 and which on October 20, 2021, made a deal to merge with a special purpose acquisition company, Digital World Acquisition, that will fund it. The Republican National Committee sent an email the next day asking supporters to join Truth Social. Truth Social debuted in Apple's App Store in February 2022, and had reportedly drawn 1.2 million installations by the end of March. According to reports, Trump has a licensing agreement with TMTG requiring him to use Truth Social as his primary social media platform, and to wait at least 6 hours before reposting material to any other social media platform, with some exceptions for political activities. In 2023, in relation to his federal prosecution for allegedly inciting the January 6 United States Capitol attack, Trump made a post to Truth Social stating, "If you go after me, I'm coming after you," which was interpreted by prosecutors as a threat towards witnesses, judges, attorneys, and others associated with legal matters pending against him. As a result, the Department of Justice requested a protective order against Donald Trump to prevent him from making public statements regarding the case. The order was issued on August 11, 2023. As Trump encountered further legal problems, including the prospect of more civil and criminal trials, he made numerous passionate posts to Truth Social regarding these matters and those involved in them. Commentators described some of them as rants and unhinged. In April 2024, Trump was held in contempt of court in a New York court in relation to Truth Social posts about his business records falsification trial, the so-called hush money trial, that violated a gag order made by the court. To comply with orders from the court, Trump deleted the postings from Truth Social. Thank you for watching this video.